Let's get this party started. Let's get it started. You guys, I don't know if I'm going to edit this part out the video, so forgive me. Um, forgive me if this offends you, but hopefully it doesn't. Hi everybody. Welcome or welcome back. Welcome back. Da-da. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Sharifa, and this is the New in Review, where I talk about books. Let me do that over. You guys, I'm just having a very relaxed morning before I get my day started. Welcome back. This is Sharifa, the New in Review. I do apologize. I'm just all over the place this morning, but welcome or welcome back. And today I come to you with a health and wellness video. So the month of May is mental health awareness. And so far I've been doing videos catered to specific awareness causes or various traditions. I will give you an example. In 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 um in February, because I wanted to start it I Am America in January, but I started in February, which it was a good landing. I did recommendations on various Black History books for the month of March. I did videos pertaining to women history, although I am still in the process of working on that project, so stay tuned. The month of April, a couple of videos on the environment. And so for May is my blooming month. Like, people think you bloom in April. April is my start of my bloom, but May is when I completely bloom. I love May. It's the best month of the year. We are halfway through our rainy season. The trees are blooming wherever you're at in the world. It's just good times, right? So today I bring to you a wellness video. Part of this I Am America series for May, I will be talking about various ways to, be mindful of your mental health. So with this particular video, I want to explore some journals with various prompts. So these journals are, and I'm not trying to push, this whole narrative that everybody needs to journal, but journal has shown to reduce stress, also with creativity, art, sleep, napping, socializing with positive people, and everything. But for this particular video, I do want to share with you a few journals I have in my possession, and a couple of them I am not familiar with. So this would be my first time as well, besides getting them from the store. I do want to go ahead and share this with you. So the first one I have is a journal that basically it has different quotes about wisdom based off the story of Pride and Prejudice with Jane Austen. So right here it say, pour your heart out, a journal of wit, wisdom, and a touch of charm. Quotes by Jane Austen, author of Pride and Prejudice. So basically, if you are a big Pride and Prejudice fan, and I am, you will get a lot of the wit that they're talking about in this journal. So this is catered towards a specific crowd. If you are not a Jane Austen fan and you love romance, and this would be also a good one for you. So let's open it up and see what we have. I love that right there. So they have this journal belongs to. And then right here it says the journals feature quotes from, and they tell you the following novels: Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility, Emma, Mansfield Park, Persuasion, and Northern Abbey. Okay. I've seen all of those movies and I've read Pride and Prejudice. I've never read Emma. I never read Sensibility. I never read any of them. I only read Pride and Prejudice. So, Hanging Books. Okay. So, right here it has know your own happiness. So, it starts off with, self reflection. What is your favorite snacks, your favorite season, color, book, movie, show, keepsake, place, and person? Very easy. Oh, love the art in here. Let's have no secrets amongst friends. What would your friends be surprised to find out about you? That's a good prompt. So these are prompts. There's various prompts. So it would take some time to go through it. So let's go through some of these prompts. The fondness for reading, which probably directed must be an education in itself. And so right here, it says a checklist of the books you've read. Selfless plugging. And then you check it off. So it say, let's start with the obvious. Of the obvious is Pride and Prejudice, which I think I shared with you guys that I've already read Pride and Prejudice, but I haven't read any of them. But what I do like is that they have other authors down here. So they got Lewis Carroll, they got Lewis Stevens, Shakespeare, Jack London, Mark Twain, George Eliot. Okay. I love the artwork in here, you guys. So let's look at another prompt. What else is in your feel better kit? And so this is the quote: friendship is certainly the finest balm on the pangs of disappointed love. Ain't that the truth? But I think that this is a good journal for anybody who is very much into Jane Austen, and anyone that's into, for self-love. A lot of the drawing and the art is the one thing that drew me to this journal. I got this particular journal from, I want to say it's called a store called Five Below, and they had a lot of books. I always, when I go in there, sometimes I get a book, sometimes I don't, but I do like to go in there and look and see what type of books and art supplies they have. So yeah, this is one. This is a nice one. Let's see what else we have, you guys. A little sunshine and a little rain, a poetry journal. Okay, Sabina Laura, love the flowers. So for those of you who are poets, this is for you. To express yourself. So let's see what we have. Of course, this journal belongs to a little sunshine, a little rain, a little journal. This would be a nice coloring page. And it breaks it down by the chapters. I love the pale colors and the intense saturation of the, little drops of the flowers and the printing. It talks about spring, summer, fall, winter. I love how they have that broken up because seasonally, we are, like our behaviors are pretty much, our personalities are pretty much who we are, but our behaviors are definitely based on the season. I've heard people say a lot of time, when it's cold or when it's dark outside, it's depressing and it's stressful. And then when the sun is outside, which, we all have our chance or, privileges to go outside and enjoy the sun, the vitamin D, and there's, is backed by a lot of facts and a lot of sciences that, the sun with vitamin D, holds a lot of healing properties. But this is not the video for that. I just thought I would say that. So look at the introduction. So it gives you linguistic techniques on different type of poems. Oh, I like that. Love it, love it. That is good. The structure. I love haikus, you guys. If you guys ever want to do like a day where we just do haikus, let me know. Spring. Spring is actually definitely the first official season of the year in North America. Write a poem that includes the words grow, become, and bloom. Love it. And so it gives you this open space. Love it, love it. Write a poem about sunrise over the mountains. That'll be good for, you know, someone that lives in those locations where they have like immediate access to looking at a mountain. Or, you know, I'm a city girl. Like I live in the city. And so I love being around fresh air, you know, and mountains and parks and stuff like that. So look at a winter poem. Write a poem that uses the phrases falling like snowflakes. Now, because it's May, we're not going to get into this. I mean, that's because this is for the spring. So let's stay focused. But this is a good way to de-stress, right? Writing a poem and, you know, expressing yourself daily has shown to reduce, you know, some forms of stress instead of holding it in. So this is really good. My next book is a question a day. Now, I just recently got this book. As you can see, I still have the tag on it. Modern Expression, Motivational Journal. I'm going to take this off the front and put this on the back because I still want to keep the tag. I still want to know where I got it from. And if I like it, what I do is I will look at the website and see if I can possibly find another one. One question a day. Intriguing. This journal belongs to, of course. Let's look at some of these questions they have, you guys, which is really good for self-reflection. You know, self-reflection, it helps our mental health because when we have opportunities to reflect on our behavior and our day and our interactions, you know, it should make us better people. We learn from our lessons. We learn what to not do, what to do. Journaling also can lead to say for instance, if you're journaling and you're still stressed or you feel like, you know, you're in a state of depression, it would definitely trigger to let you know, like, you know, this is bigger than what I think it is. This is just not a therapeutic exercise. I probably need to talk to somebody. So the greatest accomplishment as a person is, my greatest accomplishment as a person is. And so it has, you put the date down and then you rate your day. Love it. What are you thankful for today? I do a lot of those. I really have gotten good with writing gratitudes and affirmations. My three big goals for the year. You write that down, and then you rate yourself for the day. What brings you the most joy? What is one talent you wish you had? Oof, that right there is just, this whole page would be full because there are a lot of talents that I want to work on. And I'm going to give you one more. What is something you wish you had done, you had gone, what is something you wish had gone differently today? So just reading that. And for me, it's like early in the morning. There probably would not be a morning prompt for me. There would probably be something I would do at the end of my day. But yeah, so the prompts, they go on and on with the open space to write like this. And it has note pages in the back. Wow, that's very cool. Not that many though. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it has 8 just note pages in the back. And I think this is really nice for someone who do not know what to journal about. This is a good way to get your mind started, get those muscles, right? Those mental muscles going, and, you know, seeing how, you know, looking for ways to explore to express yourself. I'm gonna read this last one and then we're gonna close it because I saw affirm and I love affirmations. The art of affirmations are so powerful, you guys. It's astounding. More people don't do it more often. What positive affirmations do you tell yourself regularly? Mm. For me, my positive affirmation is I am enough. I affirm that every day, all day. One question a day. Love it, love it. Now, this one right here is kind of a different type of journaling. So, I love reading about the civil rights era. And for most people, we have those areas of interest that kind of jars our memory. For me, learning about civil rights in America, it has allowed me to extensively learn more about Black culture, which led to Black Power, which led to me reading more about World War II. It led to World War One and the Revolutionary War, and the parts Black people played in those roles. And I don't take it lightly, right? The civil rights era was tumultuous times. I think at this present day we can look back on that and say, you know what, the people back then they put in the work, and so in this present day, this is so relevant for the present day because we are at another inflection in time where we need to remember those lessons of the civil rights era and exercise those um, skills that our ancestors and some of our leaders who are much older now are utilizing. But that's for another video. This journal in particular is more health and wellness. It's more wellness and education, if anything else. Me exploring my history for myself brings me joy, creates humility in my spirit, and it allows me to look at the things that you know our ancestors had to dealt with in order to give us these basic rights. And so this is a journal called March, and it's based off the civil rights era. So I got this, y'all, several years ago. John L. Lewis, who is the author of the March comic graphic arc series. Him and a couple of other authors did a beautiful series about the civil rights, and John Lewis role in that. So this book is kind of like an add-on. I can't tell you where you can find it. When I originally got this book, I got this off of Amazon, and it was like $1 and something. And so I bought like 5 of them. Because when were you gonna find this again for $1 and some change? So I can actually probably try to find the link if I can see it, if they have it. But yeah, this right here, March, is a graphic novel journal. Of course, I love how the cardboard it just lays down. This journal belongs to, and then you have March. This is the mall in DC, and this was before, you know, it looks nothing like this now, but this was before, the gardens were put out there. I love it, love it, love it. And so using this journal, because I have one that I've used previously. Now, the reason why I love this journal, is because right here it has, and this is a good exercise for anybody, but this was something that I taught my son. Who was his federal officials? Who was the Congress? What was Congress' job? Our government. Who's our state legislators? Who's on the Supreme Court? So that was an exercise he had to do. Sometimes we forget that your mayor, your city council members, and then other important people who are legislating on your behalf. Pictures of the White House. And here's where the journaling starts by John Lewis. Sometimes you have to get in the way to get in good trouble, necessary trouble to make a way out of no way. Congressman John Lewis. And so you write about, I am an activist at heart. I do activist art, activist journaling. And so in the future, I will be sharing it with you. But for my mental health, it helps me to write about, the achievements of the civil rights, the things that I want to do to make a difference in this world. And so you get a few pages of that. And then you have, of course, um, various images. Rosa Parks, Montgomery boycott, I think Martin Luther King, and then you have some other pages. And then right here, King examples show me that it was possible to do more as a minister than what I had witnessed in my own church. I was inspired. And then I would say, what inspired you to make change? Sometimes we have to pull from images and pull from other people, to focus on what are the things that's going to change your mental energy and apply it to something, that will save others. This look like Gandhi. So I'm just looking at the images, but this is really great. And what I like about this is for any age, for anybody, male, female, anybody can engage in this activity of journaling, learn something about history, learn something about themselves. What can they change about themselves? What can they change about the environment around them? And so that is a great tool for discovery. Last but not least in this video, I got this poem book. I love poems, you guys. Just a short caveat. I love writing short poems. I love writing long poems. I just like writing poems. But this right here is one poem a day. And I have not begun to explore this book thoroughly, but the parts I did read, I love. A writer's daily journal of words and inspiration. And so it gives you activities on what to journal. Write a poem that you might whisper to someone you adore. Use all lowercase letters. And so how does that help your mental health? It helps your mental health in a sense that, through poetry, it allows you to express yourself. It allows you to communicate with others how you feel. And so the gift of poetry is not one of those things that you don't have to publicize a book. You don't have to do like what they call those when you, a poetry slam or anything like that. Poetry is very intimate, or it can be very public. But the goal is to express yourself. Write a poem that is outright an outright lie. So all of these prompts is just encouraging you to stay open, be reflective. And once again, this book right here points out various styles of writing various poems and pulling your imagination in various ways. And so I definitely encourage, for one, poetry writing, being creative, having that palette to express yourself, having time to reflect, whether it's through coloring, painting, writing, reading, something that's going to reduce the everyday stressors. And so, writing, whether it's for, mental health, or like reducing stress is part of mental health. But either way it go, it is a good way to expand your horizon and think about, you know, things that you can do differently in the future. So, thank you for stopping by today. This is one of many videos I will be doing on health and wellness for the month of May, mental health edition of I Am America. And so hopefully you'll come back soon. If you're interested in any of my other videos that I have in the I Am America series, including the one I did on Knock Knock just recently for Mental Health May, check the, what is it? I think I will put it in the cards, a playlist in the cards, where you can just explore, you know, the other videos and let me know what you like and what you don't like or what you would like to see. And yeah, I mean, how do you find ways to de-stress from a long day? So, in saying that, thank you guys for stopping by. Hopefully, you'll be back soon for more videos. Until then, gang, bye bye. What you doing?